Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same with the Grizzly Gentleman, 10% off at checkout on your fantastic beard products. Or you could shop via the TCG Player affiliate link in the description down below to help support the show. And last but of course not least, you can go to Grey Viking Games with the affiliate link below to pillage some sweet arena codes. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theuric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're playing Bolas Control, but you might think that this is a pretty similar deck as the one we played yesterday. It's because it is. So after I'd asked about whether or not I should run blue in here, essentially just for Bolas, I got a couple of helpful comments, I feel. Some of the main ones were obviously that Nicol, the Ravager, pretty decent, but actually that even Dragon God is fine. And the main reason people said Dragon God would be fine is because if they don't have cards in hand, then they're going to have to get rid of their cards on field, right? So that's one bonus of Nicol. But another person reminded me that Drowned Loch exists. Drowned Loch, for what it's worth, doesn't need to be in a mill deck to do its thing. Even in Historic, you know, you're looking at CMCs of 1 to 5, roughly. Obviously, there are going to be some 6 drops here and there, but I think it scales decently well. As long as we are getting a couple of discards on our opponent, Drowned Loch should be fine. And then we have Consign to Oblivion. Now, technically, people were saying that I should include Brazen Borrower. I understand the reasoning behind that, but the reason I went with Consign to Oblivion is, 1, it's an Amonkhet card, which is cool. 2, it's an Aftermath card. So, like, if Brazen Borrower gets countered, like, we just lose out on the extra benefit. If Consign to Oblivion gets countered, we still have the Oblivion part. Even if it's not great, like, don't get me wrong, like, 5 mana to have them discard 2, not great. But when it's just, like, tacked on, that's fine. But also, like, Brazen Borrower costs 2 blue pips, even though it's on the backside of it, essentially. It's just not worth making the mana worse than it already is. But another reason I like Consign is because I can return a permanent I control to my hand. So let's say, for example, that I cast Bolas. They have like 2 cards in hand, they spend their turn trying to kill my Bolas. I can consign my Bolas back to my hand, recast it, get rid of the last card in their hand, and then if for some reason they start holding cards in hand because they want to not lose Davriel, then we get to Oblivion them. Right? There are some reasons why we might want to consign our own things. We could reset our Tergrid if she's the Lantern, or the other way around. We can bounce it back to our hand and replay it as something else. So yeah, we've modified the sideboard a little bit from our other things, from our other standard Bolas deck, I think. But yeah, we're just gonna play this as, well, this is a Bolas deck and see how it goes. I'm definitely interested in seeing the extent to which I can. Hold on, Johnson. There you go. This hand's not great because of the mana cost. Now, the thing is, our opponent did mulligan, which makes Thoughtseize a little better, but I think I will take a mulligan here. I'm going to keep this hand. This can just be cycled away. We get to double Thoughtseize my opponent. I think here we get rid of a Watery Grave. I don't want to take too much damage. And honestly, I probably just play this as a swamp first. Uh-oh. Okay, seeing that at this point, this is a bad draw. Okay, we're gonna take their Thoughtseize. And then next turn, okay, I mean, there could be a vampire synergy that happens to run this. Could be a knight synergy that happens to run this. Could be like a life gain control style deck. That said, I think Eliminates are probably fine here. Liliana's Triumph probably fine here. I'm not sure that Yahenni's expertise is needed. But is there anything super weak here? No, not really. I don't know if anything's super weak. Even Consign is not terrible if we are able to bounce the Knight of the Ebon Legion in response to them buffing it. I think Tergrid may be a little slow for what I want to do here. Let's pop off one Skull Raid and one Consign. Pop off a Triumph as well. Triumphs are a little bit better when we're on the play. Yeah, this hand is very agreeable. We have a thief thirst if they turn one. They do, so we will. I don't love shocking myself, but it should be fine. Triumph into a Bedevil, into a Bolas. Interesting. Here we just play the Summit. No. No, I want to play the Pathway here. The reason for this is so that here I can Triumph them. Bog me, that's fine. But yeah, here I can Triumph them, and then, how do I counter that? I was gonna say I can Triumph, and then next turn I can play this tapped and John in the Loch. I think I do want to counter this Thoughtseize. Because I don't want them taking my Ravager. I doubt they're going to play another creature here. So yeah, I think they're a vampire deck, I guess. I'm just going to protect myself. If they play a Sorin, that could be an issue. Why did I let that resolve? Okay, I have to do this definitely first. I assume they sack this. No, okay. They wanted to get damage to it. I guess it is a mono black vampire deck. Interesting. I have Big Nicky next turn. Gotta get at least a 2-for-1 here. I guess we could get a 1-for-1. They could Murderous Rider it, and then later on cast the Murderous Rider. That looks to be cul-de-sac. Fair. Let's see. So I can play the Bolas. And what? Just plus? Yeah, I think I would rather just play Bolas and plus here. We would have to put this on black in order to do so. If we put it on blue, we wouldn't have enough red or black, depending on how you want to look at it. Don't love that land. Sure, that's fine.
My schemes are never-ending. I have other schemes to attend to.
I don't know what's going on with Arena right now. Kroxa is not actually great here. I guess I just get it into my graveyard. It's not free though. It comes with at the cost of 2 life. Because I would need to play this untapped in order to have the mana for this. Triple black and double red, and I don't have that. I don't know if it's worth it. I think it's better. Let's see, because next turn 2, 4. I'd still have to pay life, but I might not if I draw another land. So I think I'd rather just Bedevil, and then I can cast and recast this. I'm just gonna kill this now. If they have a Sorin here, that's bad. Otherwise, I feel like they're probably just gonna play the Murderous Rider. Okay. That's not great, don't get me wrong. Okay, Liliana. I think I'm gonna start off with this. Okay, that's good. These two do cannibalize each other. But I think I'm going to take the pseudo risky line. The hope is that my Kroxa sticks around for a turn. And I can kill... Oh, I can't kill anything. Shit. Okay, that's fine. Davriel is nice to see. I can play both. Cool. Okay. So, seeing after the fact that it was actually Vampire Tribal, I should have brought in the Yahenni's expertise. They would have been pretty good. In a lot of the situations, actually. So as you can see, as I said yesterday, the mana definitely struggles. And I think a part of that is the fact that I definitely want the pathways in this deck, because I want the potential to have as many black sources as possible, right? That can come in untapped, I should say. It doesn't jive well with the check lands, but hopefully I don't have too many situations where that's an issue. And I didn't want to run too many of like the Fetid Pools, Canyon Slough style effects. So we're waiting for Platinum player, Diamond player. I think this is Diamond. I guess I never remember which is higher, which is lower. Going seconds. I don't love the fact that this is Boros. This is technically a 4-card hand, right? We have this, and these. And I've said this before, but I'll try and reiterate it. I try to look at whether or not a hand can win by itself, plus like 2-ish random cards from your deck. And I don't think this hand can win with this plus 2-ish cards. That said, that was taking into account that my opponent would have 7. My opponent is going to have at least 6, or max 6. So that does slightly change things. In fact, I think I'm going to keep this. Now, there's definitely an argument to be made. That's not worth it. It went from definitely no to on the cusp, and I wanted to try out the on the cusp line. Okay, looks like they mulliganed again. That is generally good as a discard deck. We generally like when our opponent is going to mulligan twice. The issue is that with these sleeves, I'm worried that they're just going to play an aggro deck and I'm going to just die. Okay, that is helpful. This is huge, right? That one card raises my win chance by a ton. So yeah, the plan, I believe... Kroxa first, or do I Skull Raid Foretell? That is a good question. Okay, they're playing Mardu Vehicles. Okay. This is a yikes card, but I think that's fine. So I think what we're going to do here, so we can actually get value out of this, is we're going to... I'm actually, once again, going to play the blue source, just in case we want to do blue stuff later. So we're going to foretell this. Then next turn, we can play this and Skull Raid our opponent. So they do have a Heart of Kiran down, which is definitely frightening. We don't have any Braids in the sideboard. I mean, we essentially have like no artifact removal in the sideboard. Okay, that's a yikes.
This is a prime day for justice.
Lifelink?
I will lend you my strength.
So I'm going to get rid of both the cards in their hands. The issue is, we have 8 power to deal with next turn. Not easy. This is indestructible. Yeah. Although Eliminate does kill this while this is not a creature. So that is helpful. I'm not sure what they're doing. I think they've forgotten that they have the ability to crew this again. There you go. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, we're gonna get rid of these 2 cards. I guess next turn I can kill... Search our creature with temporary mana cost. I guess I can kill Heart of Kirin with Dragonskull Loch. Yeah, so we play this here. Turn after... Oh, gosh. Yikes. Okay. So turn after we can... just play Kroxa, I suppose. Is there anything that we would just love to see? Consign would not be terrible. This is awful for us.
Share in my light.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, we're just too slow. Consign would be fine. I mean, a ton would be fine. Thoughtseize is not what we're looking for. Turn the lock. So we can kill Heart of Kirin. It's 1 and 5. If they... I mean, they're not going to do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. If my opponent
is
bad, they will crew Heart of Kirin with the Pula. Okay, not bad.
Take a hit or two.
Yeah, we only cast 1 spell that game. Unfortunately, the Heart of Kirin just bites us real hard. Triumphs are great. Eliminators are great. Expertise is not really. I mean, like, technically we can kill Dapala with it. I guess it kills Magda too. But in general, I don't think I love it. I don't hate Spyglass. We want Consigns. Tergrid, I think, is going to be a little slow. Same with Bolas. Then we have... Oh, I don't think Liliana Waker of the Dead is going to be very good here because of the vehicles. So I think we just want to yeet all of the Lilianas. That makes our win cons Davriel, Kroxa, and Nikki B, and I think that's probably fine. Yeah, essentially the goal of this sideboarding is to stabilize, have a ton of removal, stabilize, kill them with some other things. I forgot I had the like comment thing on for a while. Oops. But seriously, like and comment. It really does help with the show. This hand is good. It's not great, but it is good. We have removal, which is nice. The issue is actually that this doesn't hit what's its face. Start with the slow. Followed up with, honestly, probably foretelling the Skull Raid again. Cage. Did they even see Kroxa from me? Does that literally only affect my 3 Kroxas? Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that. Grand. That's pretty much not what I wanted to see. We play this. And let's see. I'm trying to think, like, do I foretell another Skull Raid so I can just double Skull Raid my opponent? We play this because it has to come in tapped. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. So I assume there'll be like land something. This is crew 3. That's decent. Does it mean Magda by herself can't do it? Okay, didn't expect that to happen. Can Bloodchief's Thirst though. Okay. So we are going to Skull Raid my opponent. And then we're going to kill this. Enchanted creature? What deck did I think I was on? Why would I have what? I don't understand. I'm worried about what this card is, but at the same time, I need to remove cards from my opponent. In these scenarios, obviously, Fatal Push would be pretty decent. Great. Remember how I said Yahenni's expertise isn't good because of the vehicles? It would still probably be pretty good. Let's see. Davriel is not what I wanted. This needs red. Yeah. I think I'm gonna draw cards. Okay. I mean, I'm just dead. I guess my opponent might be dumb and bad.
If you surrender now, I'll still have time for tea.
I'm fairly certain I'm just going to die.
Ooh, sorry. Not really.
It's my turn.
I really need to bring in Yahenni's expertise more. I will admit, this is slightly less of a Bolas video than usual. This is a lot more of a, let's try and make the discard deck add blue, because that's what I asked, and people were like, yeah, do it. It's not looking great so far. Also, I haven't seen, like, Consign at all. Hellmaster? Alright, edgy. Wait, why aren't you Rakdos? Hellmaster, my butt. Oh, look, it's Consign. No? What? I always have two landers, dude. Like, this is a 4-card hand. I mean, if we draw a land... No, actually, if we draw a land, that actually only unlocks this card, and it becomes a 4-card hand, or a 5-card hand. We wouldn't unlock Bedevil, because this has to be on... regardless. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Wait, excuse me? What? Where's my... Thank you. Oh, no, not freaking... Not artifacts. I haven't seen artifact ramp in so long. Okay. I'll play this, because I technically don't need to play this yet. Maze My Tome is fine. I don't particularly care about Maze My Tome. Done the Loch, doesn't matter. I think here I will just play Dav.
Good, evil, let's tidy up in there.
Let's tidy up in there. I'm such a posh man. Okay, this is the black artifact list. I assume we're going to see part here. Mindstone. No unexpected. Also, why are you scrying and not casting or drawing cards? Also, why are you doing a Sorcerous Spyglass? I don't understand. Yeah, they kept it on top, sure. Don't care. Double drown. Another land, pretty helpful, although it does come attack us. Force another discard out of them.
Perish the thought.
Be on 2. 2 mana, doubt I'm going to be drowning anything, but I do have access to Consign, and I do have access to Bedevil, both of which I will likely end up using. Either of which I will likely end up using, I should say. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're in a good spot here. You gonna draw with your Maze Mind Tome at all, or? Okay, Forsaken Monument. So we're going to blow that the hell up. Or we're just gonna slow them down by putting it in their hand, I wonder. I guess for mana efficiency, it's better to blow it up. And we're letting them scry first. Yeah, I think we blow it up and just play. God, do we play Liliana or do we play Bolas? And so we're waiting here. Instead of just blowing it up the monument as soon as we get an opportunity, we're waiting here because you see my opponent is counting their mana. They're making the scry under the assumption that they're still going to have an active Forsaken Monument next turn. And we're not going to let that happen. So if their top deck is something that they can't cast, well, boo-hoo for them. I think we're going to Nikki B here. I think I want to get this down first. This is also, like, it presents a clock, and I think that's something that I need. Okay, they discarded another thing, which means this is not a land.
All I've left you is pain.
You gonna draw with that or just scry again? Thank you. Like, finally, I was like, why are you just scrying? Oh, yeah, especially because a do they think that on my discard deck? Maybe not. 4 mana. Two, 3, 4, 5. 6 mana could be like an Ugin. I think here I would rather foretell the Skull Raid. I'm gonna attack them and hold up the Consign and the Drown. Because I assume one of the cards in their hand costs a lot. Is this non-land? It is non-land. So theoretically my opponent could use a Crawling Barrens to kill my Davriel. Right. That is a terrible idea. Just their entire turn to just kill a Planeswalker who's sitting around doing nothing. Hedron Archive. This is 4. I'm absolutely just going to counter this. And it makes my future Drowned Loch better. We do like this. Okay. I think we Skull Raid, play the land tapped, hold up another Drown. The unfortunate bit is that our sideboard for this is trash. Right, I can actually just go here. Spyglass we bring in. Thought Distortion we probably bring in. So that's surprising to me that they got rid of this.
Loneliness can hurt.
Then I guess Necromentia we probably bring in. Just get rid of some of the... I guess our sideboard isn't terrible. It's just not great. Hedron Archive? Yeah, it's at 8. I actually want to hold this up for... Yeah, I actually want to hold this up for any larger threat. So I think I'm just going to put this back in their hand. Or maybe not. Maybe I just play this 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can't play the Liliana. Unless I draw land. Yeah, this is fine. That's not worth it. I think I'm fine just countering something with Drowned Loch.
struggling? Good.
I'm not going to counter that. I don't think they should use either of these. I think they should wait until I try and do stuff. Which I'm going to do right now. Force them to crack the card that is worth more mana.
A mind is a terrific thing to
Waste. Alright, Davriel, calm down. I guess if we just keep them off kilter in game 2 like we did here, then we should be fine. Okay, just making sure that doesn't take away my blue, because I need it for Drowning the Loch. 1, 2, yeah, they can't cast
I'm mysterious,
a
refined.
Eugene, or a Ulamog.
Better.
Cool, okay. One game one. Very helpful. Just gonna double check, remind myself what I might be dealing with. Dude, no, it'd be great. Null Rod. No, but seriously, Stony Silence would be sick. Love some Stony Silence in Historic. Yeah, I mean, I think we do want to add in the Necromencias. We just want to be able to hit their big stupid things. Same reason we do Spyglass. I think Thought Distortion is probably reasonable. I don't think any of these are worth running. Technically, this can get rid of an Ulamog, but I think if they cast an Ulamog, we're probably boned anyway. I guess is there something like Bloodchief Thirst deals with Planeswalkers. Okay, first things first. What do we want to get rid of? Tergrid, we won this matchup. Tergrid is slow, but my opponent's deck can also be quite slow. Nikki B, also important in this matchup for being able to just destroy Planeswalkers after they were resolved. Liliana. Liliana's slightly less valuable in this matchup, especially if we're going second. So I think we yeet the Lilianas. Kroxa. Kroxa's generally fine. What am I bringing in again? Necromentia, Sorcerous Spyglass, Thought Distortion. Maybe Thought Distortion just costs too much. I have 25 lands, right? Yeah. I don't know why all my games I feel like I'm just struggling to get mana. I should probably add a 26th. I just don't know where I would cut. Thought Distortion. I think Thought Distortion might be too slow. Like for what its purpose is, right? Tergrid's not too slow because her purpose is to be on the board and then have them discard. I think Thought Distortion is going to be too slow. Because its purpose is to get rid of the things that they can cast, but I think they'll be able to cast them sooner than I would be able to deal with. So I think we're going to yeet a Kroxa. We're going to yeet a Bloodchief's Thirst. I think even just like Kroxa being a discard 1 is better than... Because we essentially don't want one of their Planeswalkers to resolve, like, period. This hand's good. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Like, this is a fantastic hand. We probably play the Blightstep Pathway first. We would have loved if our opponent discarded or went down, but this is fine. All right, this is okay. It helps us get to turn 5. Yeah, I think we just want to Blightstep into Thoughtseize. Okay, so they okay. Well, our cards are gone. I think we just take this and hope that, because we have mana, so we're going to be able to cast our top decks more than they will. Oh, right, they can't even... I totally forgot they can't even cast these. So that's pretty sick for me. We're going to play this first. Shock. Play it. I totally forgot the fact that like they can't even cast any of these. It's one of the reasons I don't like this version of the deck. I feel like of their deck. I feel like you should either go like all in on the artifacts and just be essentially mono brown, or so they get to take something from me here. That's fine. Or you just play Chromatic Black. Like Chromatic Black allows you to play like these big spells without having to deal with like the colorless issues. I think you just take Davriel here. Yeah. You could attack with Guardian Idol. Yeah, I feel like they should have attacked with Guardian Idol. Next turn we have 2 4s to choose from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess. Okay, that's not great for me. But I guess we just get rid of that and hope. Blue, black. I think we want the sweet black, honestly. We only need 1 blue. I'm just gonna get rid of this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definite yikes. That's a definite yikes. Golems. So I'd really like to top deck an untapped land here, so I can murder this Golos. That ain't it, Chief. Crap. So I don't believe they currently have the ability to activate Golos. I think I'm just going to cast this as a 4-drop. So I can draw 2 cards here. Hopefully one is a land, thank you. So next turn I can play Bedevil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on, put it on the bottom. All they need is a single land, I think, to activate Golos. Okay, so they activate Golos. You could have just tapped Golos. You just could have just clicked on Golos there. Alright, let's hope they get Garbo. That's pretty Garbo, actually. That could be so much worse for me. All they really got here was Duress. Because they already played a land. This can't kill my Ravager. All they have here is Duress, and I'm fine with the Duress. I guess they just take Bolas. There's Bolas every time. Yes. Why didn't I attack last turn? I don't know. That I think was just a slight misplay on my part. Not slight, but it was definitely a misplay on my part. Let's see. You cannot kill my Nicol Bolas. 3, 5. I can just play Tergrid. No, I have to kill Golos here. Drown in the Loch. Okay. I think it is correct to... I think it's correct to Bedevil Golos here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, if he is able to play Big Ugin, there's not much I can do about that anyway. So I think we Bedevil the Golos. Attack with our Bolas. My opponent should be 4 less, but I'm trash. Okay, scrying now, giving me more information. Because they didn't have to scry until the end of my turn. but this gives me more information. They're counting, which I don't like. If it's on top, then I assume it... Okay, the bottom card is Ulamog, almost certainly. The bottom of their deck is almost certainly Ulamog. They were counting their mana, trying to see what exactly they could cast. So, next turn. Okay, that is a great turn for me. I guess they could Bury Ruin. Does that go back to their hand? It does. Oh right, no, this is still fine. No, this is fine. I just get to drown this. So they lose a land, and I get to just get this crap out of here. Okay. So now the thing is, we are now soft to my opponent's top decks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, bottom again. That's fine. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we just have to name Big Ulamog, right? I don't have double red. Lol. Yeah, like Big Ulamog just kills me, so I think I have to name Big Ulamog. Or Big Ugin. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Okay. Go library just one more time. 1 Golos, 1 Ulamog, 1 Eugene to my other hand, 2 Ulamog, 2 Eugene. Alright. So they have 2 Eugenes, 2 Ulamogs, and another Golos. So they only have like 5 actual threats left in the deck. I don't hate the odds of me... Yeah, them activating Guardian Idol is pretty good news for me. I guess I should have attacked first. But I think we just want to get another big threat down. Thoughtseize, Skull Raid, Bedevil, Drowned, Necro. Even the Planeswalkers in there, because this can potentially flip and re-grab one of my walkers. One of my Walker Texas Rangers. So they put the card in their hands. They might end up using the Archive, but I don't think that they should. Damn, okay. That's good for me. So now they only have 1 6-mana Ugin, 1 Ulamog, and the Golos. Or 2, yeah, 2 6-mana Ugins, 1 of the thing. Alright, that was good. Okay. What did we lose against again? We won against vampires, right? Or did we lose against vampires? No, I'm pretty sure we won against vampires. Look, I'm stupid. I'm looking at my statistics. What the hell did I call this deck? Bolas hands, that's what it is. We lost against the white-black-red deck. Mardu Vehicles, right, okay. So we lost against Vehicles, but we won against Vamps, and we won against Ramps. Okay, so the deck definitely has legs to throw hands. I will say I still think the weakest part of this deck right now is the mana base. It could probably be better. So just really quick, I want to talk about what I liked about this. I loved the Drowned Loch. The Drowned Loch was fantastic. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. I also loved the Ravager. Ravager did exactly what I wanted to do. It gives me a little bit of discard, but also has some sort of presence on the board that can just threaten things, right? It does some stuff. Bolas, big Bolas. I moved out a lot just because he was a little slow in certain scenarios, but still fine. Anyway, Bloodchief's Thirst. in the Mardu's vehicle matchup, we really felt the issue with it being sorcery speed. That said, it's really hard for me to justify removing this card in favor of almost anything else because of the fact that it scales well and it hits planeswalkers. It's really hard for me to not justify playing this. The 4 Thoughtseize, this deck does a lot against itself with no ways of gaining that life back. So the 4 Thoughtseize can definitely be felt, but being able to have good curves of like turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 are just very helpful. I like the Thoughtseize still. This card's great. Talked about it. Kroxa. It's Kroxa. Sometimes you can buy it back and you get extra value, but even if it's just like force your opponent to discard a card, that could be fine. Also, like, this is just a 2-man, like, it's just a lightning strike in the end game, right? Like, if you just need that 3 extra damage and your opponent has no cards in hand, this card is just helpful, even as a top deck where you're just like, just take 3, please, just die. If you have enough mana, they could take 6. So, Davriel. I mean, I guess I already talked about this deck yesterday, but still. I guess not everyone watches those videos, whereas more people watch the Bolas videos. So, great card as a win condition. Can help being a lightning rod against damage. I will say that it feels so sad to me that Davriel only has 3 loyalty. Like, he dies to a light breeze, dude. But no, Davriel's still fine. Davriel's definitely warranted. The Bedevils, I was worried that I would like never be able to cast a Bedevil. Bedevil's still like worth running because of the fact that you can hit artifacts just in general is going to be helpful. Obviously this deck doesn't do great against enchantments. We do have ways of removing enchantments, countering them, discarding them obviously. But just a little extra main deck source against artifacts can be nice. 3 Skull Raids felt better. 3 Skull Raids definitely felt better. It was slightly too slow, but I don't think that was a fault of Skull Raid. I think it was a fault of the deck overall. When I was using it to draw cards, just as a 4-drop. But otherwise, I still think it's absolutely worth it. Being able to, on turn 2, like, foretell this, and then on turn 3, force them to discard and then hold up Drowned Loch, like, that's a pretty sick sequence. And that's one of the reasons why I think foretell is a just very decent mechanic. Even if it's, like, same cost. Like, just being able to pay this over the course of a couple turns is quite nice. Liliana, Wake of the Dead. She's better against smaller decks. She does not like Kroxa, which is potentially an issue. And I think as a win con in a deck where I have less active discard, she's probably a little worse. The issue is, like, we don't have much versatile discard, right? Like, something that this deck would really benefit from is Collective Brutality. Collective Brutality, I believe, is a 1 in a black sorcery. Might be an instant, but I'm pretty sure it's a sorcery. Escalate, discard a card. So for each mode you choose after the first, you can discard a card to choose an additional to choose an additional one. And that's 4 things. It's target player discards a card. I think target creature gets a -2/-2. Target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And I think the last one's like return maybe a small creature from your graveyard or something like that. I don't remember the last one because it doesn't matter. But something like that, where you have some modal discards, I think would help Historic discard a lot. Just similar to what Skull Raid does, right? Skull Raid at least can draw you cards. I already talked about Nikki B. Tergrid, we didn't get to see her much this game, but I still think she's worth it. She's just a cool card. And then Consign to Oblivion. It did what I wanted to do when I needed to do it. We didn't use the Oblivion part, but I do think this is, in general, better than Brazen Borrower for this deck. I could be wrong, but we cut down to 2 Immersturm Skullcairns. I think you have to do that if you want to play the Grixis version. I don't think you can get away with running 3. It comes in tapped, doesn't work at all with your now larger number of check lands, and it has double red in the cost. I think that's kind of just what you have to do. I like Necromentia, like, bite me. And then we added in some eliminates because I felt that the deck needed a little bit more in the early game in form of removal. Overall, I think this deck is fine. You could use some work. All of my decks essentially can always use some work. But I mean, if you're playing perfect decks, then like, congrats on being mythic. So no, I don't know why I'm making this weird noise. All right, don't judge me, or judge me. I don't care. I'm over here just chilling, having fun. Anyway, I have a PO box. Feel free to send me things. I will open them on camera, unless, of course, you ask me not to. I would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwin, Malik, and Balater, for the continued support. If you would like to join them in supporting this show, you can find links to that down in the description below. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, all be one.